Hi everyone, it's Alan here from Compass Media.
And Trevor, I'm the Digital Alchemist. What's been
Right.
happening on Social Talk Hour this week, Alan?
Well, this week we had a great conversation, Trevor. It was all about happy holidays and social
Hey,
media.
that's
Happy
why we're in
holidays.
holiday mode, isn't it?
Yes,
Holiday,
indeed.
chilling out. Yeah.
The shorts and all are on us today.
Oh,
But we're not going to show you that. We promise you that, guys. Just to let you know, this is the wrap up show of the Social Talk Hour. Every week we do it on a Monday night between 9 and 10 on Twitter, obviously, because it's a Twitter hour. And
yep.
what we do is today we're just going to give you a little wrap up of some of the questions and some of the answers and some of the interesting conversations that went on throughout the hour. So, Trevor, what do we really learn on last night's this week's, I suppose, social talk hour?
Yeah, it's quite interesting. I sort of preempted probably what I thought people were going to answer the questions, but it all was different what I thought. The holiday thing, I remember years ago when I had a sort of proper job, 9 to 5. You went on holiday and you went on holiday, and that was it. You left the office Friday, 5 o'clock, gone out for a week, come back, you get back to your desk and be a mountain of work. But that was before this thing called the internet. And now we're plugged into this digital internet 24/7 probably, aren't we? It's sort of become easy to be plugged into it. And it's sort of I thought people would go, no, I go on holiday, I'll switch off. I might take my phone and I might just for emergencies, but I don't. But it was different. People, I think the demographic we had, they're mostly all solopreneurs. They're all running their own business. And when you run your own business, it is your business. And if
Yes.
you go on holiday, who's running your business? Nobody, and you can't afford not to run your business because it's yours, you know. So actually, it was quite a different response than I probably expected. And everybody said, no, we still keep in touch. We're still doing something on the internet while we're away. Various degrees. We can probably go into the detail in a discussion. But generally, they may turn it down a bit. They may not be full blast, you know, doing everything they normally do in the office, but they still had to keep that connection. They still had to keep in touch and feel connected to their clients and their customers and people around, just so they didn't switch off completely.
Yeah, and I think that's very true in a sense, because I know with myself, I'm the same. I know when I go on holidays, I always bring the laptop with me, and I always have
Yeah.
an iPhone. And because obviously in the business that I work with social media, uh, I need to be
Mm,
contactable 24/7,
mm,
really.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
as much as you want to go away and you want to relax and all, I still think that in this day and age, I think that
Mm,
is so important that we stay connected. I know people may say, oh, you go on holidays to relax, but yeah,
mm,
that's grand, and I can agree with you. As you said, if you run your own business, it's you who are running it, so you
yeah.
have to be
Yeah.
keeping in contact with your
Yeah.
customers or with your clients or whatever
Mm,
it may be.
yeah.
But I did see a lot of that coming through the thread, especially last night, more
Yeah.
so that people, they do go away on holidays, but they do take their the devices with them, whether it be their iPhones. And I know Mel for sure, she brings
Yeah.
everything but the kitchen sink, you know what I mean. But I can see
Yeah.
the point
Yeah.
of where there's a lot of that has come true. And there was also then, you know we were talking also about scheduling and
Yeah.
scheduling
Yeah.
posts and stuff like that, and a lot of people.
Yeah, just the other bit on that, sort of being
mm,
afraid to switch off completely. I know in my previous jobs I've had things where if you did switch off completely, when you got back on Monday morning after your holiday, you had a mountain of work to get through.
mm,
Because
mm,
if you were the only person that did all those certain jobs, when you're on holiday, even if you had sort of people working for you or assistants, or whatever, in the office, they wouldn't do all the stuff you normally do. They might answer the phone and do bits and pieces, but you'd come back Monday to a mountain of work. The phone wouldn't stop ringing because everybody told, "Oh, Trevor's back on Monday," and everybody phoned back on Monday.
yeah,
So you had a day of the phone's not stopping. You had a mountain of paperwork from the week before. You lost the thread of what had happened, so you're going to play catch up. And it gave you such a headache the day you got back. By Monday at 10 o'clock, you forgot the holiday you had last week.
yeah,
And it actually
very
taught
true.
me, if you just keep it in touch, you can turn it down a bit, turn the pedal back, turn it back, and don't go crazy like you would normally in the office. But just being able to keep in touch stops any major disasters happening, especially when you're running your business. I'm running sort of servers for a lot of websites. And if an e-commerce website goes down, that's a big headache, and you don't want that headache
Huge,
when you get back. So, it may be I could spend 10 minutes on holiday that saves 5 to 10 hours when I get back. And so, it's getting that balance right. And I think, we are in this digital world 24/7, aren't we? So, that's how I see it. And like you're saying, scheduling is a great tool. I don't know what your view of the sort of scheduling comments that were coming out in the hour.
Well, I found that there was a lot of people that would say, yeah, we do a fair bit of scheduling before we go on holidays, but the thing that I found was very interesting is people still keep a watchful eye on what they've scheduled out or what they've scheduled out or whatever it may be. And in that respect, that's a good idea, and I'm a huge advocate, as you know. I'm a huge advocate of that. As I do believe scheduling can make your life a lot easier, and especially when you're on holidays, it frees you up with a lot more time. But the key to it is monitoring that content and monitoring that. I done a video there a couple of days back talking about that in particular. But the point, what I'm trying to say is that, if you are scheduling, you need to be monitoring. And when you're away on holidays, it's a lot easier to monitoring if you have a phone with you. There is sometimes where you would be away on holidays and you mightn't have the greatest of Wi-Fi. I know particularly there was one particular year we were staying in a hotel and the Wi-Fi was zilch. We were ending up going to McDonald's every night just to use the Wi-Fi. So, so I can see that point, but I think it's moved on since then, and there's a lot more. There's a lot more people that are sort of getting used to that and saying like, people are starting to demand it as much as anything else, that they want it. They won't go to a place that doesn't have Wi-Fi, and if not for social media, it's for the kids, for their games and stuff, and they're sitting there and they get bored with the pool and stuff. So, that can be a very important part as well. But yes, scheduling, I noticed there was a good trend in the night talking about scheduling, and they were saying that, yes, we do a lot of scheduling, or, and then they moved on to it. They were talking about what apps and stuff like that they would use, and what devices they bring with them on holidays. So that was another good part that I found very interesting.
It was interesting on the apps that there wasn't any sort of special apps they'd use just for holidays. It was I use what I use. I use Twitter, I use Instagram, maybe the barman. I got Buffer on my phone with some of the schedules, I see my schedules going out and that kind of thing. There wasn't any sort of special recommendations for on holiday. I only use this app that makes life easy on holiday. I think the only one which thrown up was like a translation app. If you go in foreign places, you can't speak the language. That's quite a handy thing to do. And I think it's because the technology has moved on so much. And day to day, more people are using their phone. I know a few years ago, I'd only use my phone if I went out and left the office. When I'm in the office, I'd forget my phone. I just work on my desktop and laptops and that sort of thing. But now the phone is now becoming more and more of a key piece of kit. And the apps have allowed that to happen because they're all on there. You can get all that technology into your phone now, whereas a few years back, you could just about send a text if you're lucky, couldn't you? And that was it. So the technology has enabled it. It's made it keep in touch.
The other one that I noticed as well was that someone brought it up. I think it was Buddha Travel, I think, had brought it up, and they were saying they use Google Alerts. So that's something to look at, which to be honest with you, I know it's there, but I've never actually sort of used it while I was away on holiday. So it's something that I'm going to think about. So it might be an idea to have a look at Google Alerts. Basically what it is you will put in your keywords, and if something comes up with them keywords in it, it will give you,
flag
it to you. So it's an idea to look at if you are going away on holidays as well. But I think that was the main sphere of the conversation. But again, it was more so, keeping in contact, if you're away on holidays, maybe check in the morning, check in the evenings, and keep an eye on your posts as coming.
And I think the point is the technology and the app. Just the devices. They've got longer battery life. They're smaller. The apps are all there to make it easy. Everybody was on that. No, I take my phone. I do it all myself. I'm there. I'm managing it. I can cope with it all. I thought some people might say, "Oh, I give it to my assistant to do. I contract it out to somebody else. I give it to a virtual assistant." But nobody. They were all confident that they had the technology. They could take the phone, their tablet, whatever they took, and they could have that on holiday and keep an eye.
Yeah.
It was I found that quite surprising because I know there's been a time when VAs would offer to do every single thing for you while you're on holiday, take all your troubles away, and they'll do it for you. But people didn't seem to go for that option, which I found interesting. I thought one or two might have said somebody else helped out while they're away and they gave it to somebody, but no, it's I think it's a technology. It is, I think we take the phones for granted how they've become more advanced without us really noticing.
Yeah.
When you look at what your phone actually will do nowadays, it's pretty clever little tool, isn't it?
So there you go, guys. That's the wrap up for today's show. We just wanted to jump on and let you know. Happens every Monday night between 9 and 10. That is the Social Talk Hour, hashtag Social Talk Hour. So join us every Monday night where we discuss a different topic and we pose 5 questions. And if you're interested in posing them 5 questions, get in contact with us. You can DM us. You can send us a message on Facebook, and you can just, you know the usual streams to find us anyway. So guys, have a great week. We'll see you all again next Wednesday. Thanks, Trevor. We shall talk to you soon. As I always say, be social. Trevor?
I say be social too.
Talk to you soon. Bye.